Hello, everyone. Hello, all my friends. Just getting some things ready here. Happy Tuesday. Hope everyone is having a wonderful Tuesday. Hi, Lenore. Hi, Heidi. Hi, Laura. Hi, Shannon. Hi, Christina. Hi, Heather. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Penny. Hi, everyone. Yes, love is in the air. I'm looking for my paper trimmer. Now, where in tarnation did I put my paper trimmer? It'll turn up. It will turn up. Don't worry. It's around here somewhere. Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. So today we are continuing on the love kick, and oh no, Gina, I will keep my fingers crossed that everything works out. So we are continuing with our love and Valentine theme, and I had a idea come to me, and I haven't tried the idea yet, but I have an idea for a card, and I think, oh, good, Gina. I have an idea for a card, and I'm hoping that this idea works. We will find out together today if this idea works. I had this idea in my mind. I wanted to do some foiling. I wanted to do some, hi, Candace. I wanted to do some foiling. I wanted to do some, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. You know how my cards are. My mind works at 1,000,000 miles an hour. And with that being said, when it works at 1,000,000 miles an hour, I like to try to create things within that 1,000,000 miles an hour. So today we're going to do a little foiling. We're also going to do a little die cutting. We're also going to do a little bit of a die cutting / paper piecing, but not really paper piecing. You'll see what I mean. And I think we're gonna have a lot of fun. So that is my plan, is to just have a lot of fun. So let's go ahead and head on. Oh, thank you. Yes, it's Valentine, so it's a Valentine background. So let's head down to the table and let's talk about some of the items that I am planning on using today. So one of those items, and I believe that this is on sale. You'll have to stop me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that this is still on sale, I think for a really, really good price. But one of the items that we're going to use today is the With Love die set. I think this is on sale. But this is the With Love die set. Beautiful bottom portion, but we're not going to use this. Hi, Nikki. I think we're just going to use the envelope. We may use the love. I'm not 100% certain yet, but I definitely want to use this envelope. We're going to use some of the sequin sheets. You all love these sequin sheets so very much. And I get lots of questions about sequin sheets. Actually, Joyce, who is one of our employees here, asks about, oh, yeah, $5. Asked about these the other day. And she said, Christopher, why do we call those sequin sheets? So I'll let you in on a little secret. This is literally what is fed through the machine to make sequins. So this sheet goes through the machine at a crazy pace, cuts out all the sequins, they drop it to a bin, and this is how sequins are made. Also, this is fed through a machine, and this is how glitter is made as well. So I thought that was a really cool thing. Of course, our manufacturer of our sequins, when we reached out to them and said, hey, can we have this? Can we just have the roll of it? And they said, well, we're going to have to figure out how we can sell it to you because no one's ever asked that before. So that is something that we carry here at Producer, and I think we're the only ones that have it. We're also going to be using the Slimline Rainbow Collection paper pad. This paper pad is 8.5 by 3.5. It's something that we've had at Brutus and Row for about a year now, maybe a year and a half. And it's something that I absolutely adore and love. and I think it's going to be fun to use that on our card today. Also, we are going to be using the foilable card panels. Now, if you are a die-hard Brutus Monroe fan, you are definitely looking at this and saying, now that's different. We have updated the packaging on the foilable card panels as well as the foilable conversation clippings. The packaging is updated only on the standalones. So when you receive this in your inspiration box, they will not be packaged like this. There's just no way for us to make sure that they get these labels on them before they come into your kits, just because of how many of them we put through the kits. But if you purchase them separately, they will have this really cool label on them that shows you what is inside, as well as the same with the conversation clippings. So I think we're going to use the conversation clippings, but I know we're going to use the card panels. Then I believe we are going to probably utilize some of the little trinkets from the, this is from the Valentine embellishment set. Just so you know, the Valentine embellishment set is already on an SOS status. That means a sellout status. So we will not be restocking them, obviously, because Valentine's Day is going to be here before we know it. So just as a heads up, those will not be restocked. So if you miss them, no biggie. You can always grab them possibly next year if we bring them back. We are also going to be utilizing some of the Deco foil. This is one of my favorites in the whole entire world. This is the rainbow shattered glass Deco foil. I'm going to show you how beautiful, how stunning, how incredible this particular Deco foil is, and I can't wait to share with you what we're going to make with it. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to do the foiling first. Now I will show you behind me. My laminator, I kept it back there only because it takes up a lot of room on my desk whenever I'm working. So when you hear me go over to do some foiling, I'm not abandoning you. I am not doing some sort of magic trick. It's just behind me instead of right here on the table this time. Also, we are going to be utilizing a die, one die from a particular die set, and the die set that is that we will be using is called Heart Petals, but we're actually just going to be using the outside of it. Okay, so you'll see we talked about this the other day. This is the inside portion. This is the outside. You know me, get a lot of bang for your buck. We are going to use just the outside part of it because why not? I mean, that's a, that's a heart, it will work perfectly for us to use as a inner piece on our card. So you'll see what we're going to do with that in just a moment. So first things first, we are going to do some foiling. I use the Royal Sovereign or a Scotch laminator. Show some awkward laminating. That's funny. So these are the foilable card panels. You can get these separately, but they are also available in the inspiration box this month, which is also on an SOS status. So first we have, there are 4 different designs and there are 2 of each design. And these are what the designs look like. Today we're going to be using this solid one because I just absolutely love doing the solid foiling. So what we're going to do is I'm going to grab the, hold on one moment. I'm going to grab the foil here. And I was looking for my little rotary blade. I think I might have taken it home, which is fine. We'll just have to use scissors instead. But I do love the little rotary tool that we sell at Brutus Monroe. So let me go ahead and open this up and show you just how, this is, wait till you see. I need for all of you, if you have sunglasses nearby, put them on, because this is about to get very rainbowy. So these are the rainbow shattered glass Deco foil sheets, and they are just out of this world. Now, the cool thing about them is you'll get a couple of different variations because the patterns do differ. So see that? You'll get a couple of different variations in your pack. The one that I think I'm going to use today is that first one because it has a lot of rainbow on it. And again, I know that it's going to be hard for the camera to pick up just how rainbow-esque this is, but can you see? It is just crazy, absolutely crazy how beautiful it is. Hello, Taz. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this guy over because a quick and easy foiling lesson is that when you are foiling, you need to put your the printed area. So I'm just going to cut this out real quick with my dingy scissors. You need to put your foiled area. So all Deco foil has a gray area that is a not as pretty area, I guess you could say, because all foil is pretty on, you know, all sides. But we are going to take this and we are going to place it so gray side down to the foil side, okay? And now we're going to run this through our laminator. Now what I use is just a piece of plain everyday copy paper, and that works really, really well for me. You can use whatever you would like. There are parchment sheets out there. There's a whole bunch of different things that you can utilize for your foil transferring. But for me, a plain old piece of regular everyday printer paper has always worked really, really well for me. Now, I will say if you're going to use paper instead of a parchment paper, you do want to send it through on both sides. At least that's what I do with with my laminator. Of course, every laminator is going to be a little bit different. The thing that's really, really great about the Mink machine is the Mink machine as well as the Royal Sovereign machine. So the way your laminator works is, so let's pretend these are the wheels in the laminator. So with most laminators, there are two sets of wheels that it rolls through. One set of the wheels are what gets hot, and then the other wheel does not get hot. So what happens is generally the transfer of heat from the one roller is supposed to warm up the second roller. Now, again, when that happens in most laminators, that's not enough heat or pressure for you to be able to get a really, really great, really great foiling. So what I always say is send it through twice if you're not using like a, Mink machine or Royal Sovereign where both of the wheels heat up. So that's the difference between the Mink and the Royal Sovereign machines, is that both of the wheels heat up in that machine, which makes it just absolutely beautiful every single time. Again, in my opinion. Now, I've been doing lots and lots of foiling, and luckily, I'm the luckiest guy in the world because I have my own line of foil with Deco foil. So I've been doing lots and lots of foiling. So you can see we got a couple of little wrinkles here, but I don't think that's going to affect it too much. Let's do the peel and take a look at what it looks like. And that is an absolutely perfect, with the exception of this little spot right here, but that's okay. It wrinkled a little bit, but that's the only reason that happened, and it is what it is. Sometimes you'll get a little bit of a wrinkle when you send it through. It's no big deal, but look at how beautiful those results are. And then it gives us the little white hearts, and I just think that's absolutely spectacular. I absolutely love it. And again, those little lines there, they're not going to bug me too much. If they bug you, you can send it back through with another piece of foil, but there's going to be a heart that covers up this area that we're going to cut out. So it's really no biggie, but I just love the ability to foil like this. So next, we are going to create our die cut piece with this heart here. And the way we're going to achieve that is we are actually going to take some of this Slimline paper, and the Slimline paper we are going to affix together on a scrap piece of paper, and that scrap piece of paper is actually what is going to allow us to create the entire spectrum of the rainbow. So with that being said, what we're going to do is we're just going to take, I'd say, well, let's actually use our cutting plate and cut this piece off here, and then what we could do is we can grab some pieces of the cardstock and we can actually piece these together. So the way that we'll do this, I'll show you here. This is the Slimline, the Rainbow Slimline paper collection, and this paper collection is just to die for. It's so many different colors of the rainbow, and all of these colors are really cool because they are, I think there's like 3 or 4 different shades of certain colors, and you can see there's just, I mean, the camera's not going to pick up exactly the perfect shade of all of these, but just trust me, the shades are absolutely beautiful. So I have no idea where my paper trimmer went. So what we're going to do is we're just going to trim these on the Tim Holtz trimmer, and we're going to cut them down. Now there's going to be a little bit of space at the top and a little bit of space at the bottom, which I think is going to be okay. But we're just going to cut these down in one, actually we'll do 1/2 inch increments. Okay, so we'll start with the white, and you'll see there's going to be just a teensy tiny little bit. Let me take a look here of how much there's going to be that's going to be hanging off. Well, actually, what we can do, I have an idea. I know that's how we got into all this madness that we're in right now of Brutus Monroe. Was I had an idea. So what we're going to do is we're just going to stagger. I think we'll be able to stagger the pieces. So let me trace this heart. So we're just going to trace just a rough trace of it so that we can see where we need the paper to be. And the great thing is by tracing this outside line, we are able to figure out what the inside area will be, because this outside is going to give us enough clearance for... Hello, Beverly. Okay, so now let's grab a red. I think we'll use, so there are 3 different, this is what I want to show you. So there are 3 different shades of red. Look at these 3 different shades. Now again, I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up perfectly, but there are 3 different shades of red. And these are great because if you're doing the Slimline cards and you have those Slimline dies that everybody loves, we do have a set of our own at Brutus Monroe, those Slimline dies. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually... I have another idea. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to stagger it like this. Yep. Okay. So now let's use another, and we can do different sizes too. Remember, I told you we're just going on a whim here today. So I'm just kind of having fun with making. So now we'll do a 1/2 inch again. Sometimes it's fun to just create things without a plan. So next we'll do some pink, and then I believe that there is another, so yes, so there is a beautiful, beautiful orange. Beverly, not yet. We are working on a solution to it. Again, unfortunately, the manufacturing of it, pricing changed pretty drastically. So that's what we're still kind of working on. So I will be sure to shout it from the rooftop though as soon as we have that info. Okay, so now we'll do another 1 inch. Okay. And now we'll go in with some, look at this beautiful green. And then we're just going to piece these together, and then we'll just cut it out, and that will be our kind of like a quilted or a patchwork card. So now we'll do kind of a greenish turquoise and some blue, and then we'll make sure we get some purple in there for all of my purple friends, because I know there's a lot of you out there that love, love, love purple. Let's do like a more true blue. Again, there are so many colors to choose from in this pack. You're just going to absolutely love it. Okay, and then we are going to cut out some of the purple. And let's see here. Sorry, everyone. My nephew just text messaged me because he wants to, of course, play Fortnite. So he just said, "Are you playing?" So I took a picture of the live screen to show him that I'm live. So you might see him pop on here in a minute because he loves watching the live videos. Okay, so we're going to do another one at 1 inch here. All right, so now I know it looks a little crazy right now, but we're going to start patchworking it together, and I think it's going to look really, really cool. So let's move all of these pieces over to the side here. And all we're going to do is we're just going to take some of our Easy Tear tissue tape, one of my favorite things that we carry at Brutus Monroe, and we're going to just peel off this back piece. And we're going to go ahead and, oh, I love that, Gina. Well, he loves it. I play with my brother-in-law and sister-in-law and Scoozy, my nephew. We play as a family, and we have the time of our lives. We really do. All right, so we're going to go ahead and peel this piece off. So you can see here that I'm just creating almost like a wooden floor pattern, but I'm doing it with, and the great thing about doing it with the Slimline paper is that you're not wasting a whole lot, because all we did was chop off the top portion, right? So that makes it really, I mean, you're not wasting a whole lot. You're not, you're not creating a whole bunch of little slivers that you're not gonna be able to use again, because all we did was cut off the very top portion, which I think is great. So apparently it's not cool in the 6th grade, so Lucas plays on the, yeah. Oh, it's not cool? Well, tell Lucas that I am 37 and, or 30, am I 36, Mom? My mother, do you see, I just said that I was 37. My mother just shook her head over there. I am 36, and in the 36th grade, it's cool to play. So he is very, very cool in my book. Do you see I couldn't remember how old I was. Oh, hello, Candy. Yeah, we're creating a little, and it's getting a little bit wonky, but that's okay, because this piece of paper I don't think was completely perfectly cut straight, which is fine. Everyone say hi to my mama. She is watching over yonder. She's sitting on I can't show you her because she is on the other, she's right here. She's sitting. She just said hi to y'all. She is watching. She's been working all day. She's been getting glitter glazes made, and what else did you do today? Chroma mists and paper pads, because I think a lot of folks don't realize that although the paper is printed in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, actually Green Tree right down the street, the paper is all packaged here. So it comes to us and it gets delivered, and we have thousands and thousands and thousands, literally thousands and thousands and thousands of sheets of paper that all get packed up right here on site, and that is how we haven't, I don't know what I was going to say. Oh, I was trying to read Nikki's comment and speak at the same time. I should know better. She said, we will be 37 this year. Oh yeah, I forgot, Nikki, that we're the same age. She said, I haven't been afraid of age before, but for some reason, age 37 is getting to me. Oh my goodness, Nikki, I can't wait. I can't wait to be 40. I can't wait. I said a long time ago, when I was fearful of gaining another year of life and, worrying about what it would be like to age and things like that, as soon as I realized that I was exactly where I was supposed to be, that I didn't really worry about it anymore. So that's kind of my thing on things. As long as you are happy with what you're doing and you're happy with your day-to-day, I think that age is just a number. And of course, as I always say to you, if you're unhappy with what you're doing, get out and do what makes you happy, because that's what I did, and that is why I'm here chatting with all of you. I'm so glad that I did pursue this. Carrie, yes, it's the Easy Tear tape. It comes in 2 different thicknesses. The one that I'm using today, I'm pretty sure is the 1/4 of an inch. I don't have the packaging sitting here, but pretty sure that's what it is. So we're just going to go with our last piece. You can see the dots are almost lining up as well. And the reason that I told you don't fret about it being a little bit crooked is when you cut it out with the die cutting machine, it won't matter if it's a little bit crooked, right? Because if it's a little bit crooked and you cut it out with the die cutting machine, you can place your die wherever you want to. So Sherry, well, happy 75th if I don't see you before then, my friend. All right, so now what we can do is we can take our die that we have here over to the side, and now look, we have the perfect rainbow pattern. Isn't that going to be just the coolest thing you ever did see when we cut that out? And then, of course, do not throw this outer piece away, because there's so much that you can do with that outer piece as well, right? So, all right, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to tape this on here. We just got to zhuzh it up a little bit so that it doesn't move or go anywhere. And yes, orange tape is coming. I know you all have asked so many times. I promise it's coming soon. Let us get through the madness of the stick and stamp mat first, and then we'll work on talking about the orange tape, because the stick and stamp mat, am I allowed to say this? I think I can. The stick and stamp mat is scheduled for release on Friday. So Friday is when the stick and stamp mat is scheduled for release. So everybody, make sure you keep your eye on your emails, because while all of you are getting the stick and stamp mat, I will be watching the new Scream movie because I am so excited to see it. And funny story about the original Scream movie. So all I did was I ran that through my die cut machine, cut this out. Funny story about the original Scream movie. So when the original Scream came out, I want to say I was in middle school. I think I was in middle school. I can't remember what year it came out. But when it came out, I begged my mother. Begged her within an inch of my life. I said, Mom, I really want to see this movie. I really, really want to see this movie. And much to her chagrin, she said, okay, fine. Because I'm pretty sure it was rated R. And I begged her to be able to watch it. Now, my mom had no idea what Scream was about. So we went to Blockbuster. Do y'all remember Blockbuster? Blockbuster was one of my favorite memories with my mom and my sister, because growing up, my mom worked crazy, crazy hours. And being a nurse manager, you just work crazy hours. You work 12, 14, 16-hour days. But on Fridays were always our day. So it was always, she would make sure that you got home. We would go to Blockbuster. We would go to McDonald's, and that was our special treat. So 1996. So I was, how old was I then? 1996, I was 11. So yeah, so I was in middle school. So I was 11, and my mom that weekend had somewhere to go. I don't know where it was. She had some sort of event or something, so she took us on Friday. My sister could pick out a movie. I could pick out a movie, and then we would get our McDonald's. So we got our McDonald's, so I was so excited. The next day, I was going to watch Scream. So do you guys see picking up what I'm throwing down? So I'm doing this, and I'm going to do this, and we're going to do a little bit of a sentiment, and I think this is just absolutely going to be beautiful. So my mom had this event to go to, and I believe my sister was home. I'm not 100% certain, but she had an event to go to, and at 11 was when we were able to become latchkey kids. So we would come home from school, and we were able to be there on our own. So that the Saturday came up, and I decided I was going to watch this movie. This is just a pre-folded and pre-scored Brutus Monroe card base. So I told my mom that I really, really wanted to watch Scream, and she said, you can watch it. She's like, but I don't suggest you watching it on your own. I heard that it is very scary. So I'm just going to cut down 1/2 of an inch on either side of this with my little trimmer here. So, or no, is that 1/2 an inch? Well, we'll just do a little sliver. So she said, I don't suggest you watching that on your own because you're going to be scared. And I said, there's no way that I'm going to be scared. Well, my childhood home has woods behind it. A large wooded area behind my mom's house. And she has these big, giant windows in her living room. All I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a little tissue tape on the back of this, put that on there. So there were these giant, I love Blockbuster too. So there were these giant windows, and I start watching Scream by myself at 11 years old, and I'm like, this isn't going to be scary. Well, within the first 30 minutes of the movie, we all know what happens if you've seen Scream. And then when Ghostface, who is the antagonist in the movie, is antagonizing Sidney Prescott, she is living out in a wooded area, and it looked just like the area behind my mom's house. And I can remember calling her at least, and I don't know if my mom remembers this, but I called her at least 50 times, asking her when she was going to come home, because I was certain that Ghostface was in that woods. And I have never been so excited and terrified at the exact same time. Because you have to remember, I am a horror movie buff. I am obsessed with horror movies. So is Rob. Rob gets, Rob's terrified of them, but he still loves them. But I am so excited for the new Scream, because the new Scream has all of the original characters, and I'm just excited. I think it's going to be fun. I'm excited to go to the movies. They only allow so many people in the movie theater now, and there's like 2 seats in between you. We'll have our masks. We'll eat our popcorn beforehand. But I'm just very, very excited to go and see it, because it just brings back so many. I mean, I know that it's terrible to say that Scream, the movie about a crazy massacre and blah 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 is brings back good memories. But I mean, some people get good memories from a Wonderful Life, and some get good memories from Scream and Halloween. So I'm a Scream and Halloween kind of guy. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take our little patchwork, which I think just works perfectly on top of this. Now, you all were probably a little bit nervous, and I get it. You were probably a little bit nervous about these two things working together, but I believe that since they are so different, and this is so visual on the top, that it just works so perfectly together. If we had something just plain behind here, I really don't think it would work. I think it would have been... I don't know if it's a reboot or not. I think that it's a new movie. I don't know, though. I've been watching the previews, and, oh, fun fact. Did I tell you guys, speaking of Scream, for Rob, for his birthday, I don't know if it was last year or the year before, I had a Cameo done. Are you all familiar with Cameo? Cameo is an app where you can have celebrities send video messages. And I had the original voice of Ghostface. Hello, Heather. The original voice of Ghostface do a cameo for Rob. And it was so perfect. Actually, I could probably pull it up in a second here once we're done with this card. But I did one for Rob, and I thought he was going to pass out. The first one that I did for him was from Tori Spelling, because he, as I'm sure a lot of you also were at one point in time, he was obsessed with Donna Martin, Tori Spelling. So he wanted that one really bad. And it took forever for me to get one from her, but I was so excited whenever I got it, because he was very, very excited when it came through. So now all I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a little circle die here. Well, let's grab this one out. Okay, so it is a new movie then. Donna Martin Graduates. That is definitely Rob, 100%. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take this little guy here, but first we need to figure out a size. I think we'll do this one so as to not take away too much. I think that's perfect. We'll do that one, and I think we'll use a little piece of vellum. A little piece of vellum. Easier said than done, Christopher Allen. So we'll use a little piece of vellum. I just set my vellum somewhere. And I'll be darned if I can't find it. But yeah, the first one that I sent to him, or had done for him, was, here it is, was Tori Spelling. And she was so sweet, she was so kind, and he was so excited about it. So we're going to take a little piece of vellum, we're going to run it through our die cutting machine, we're going to plop it right there, just so we have we need a little bit of diffusion, if that makes sense, because we are going to be doing a little sequin sheet piece. So there we go, that's our little piece there. I don't know who just drove past, but they waved at us, whoever it was. Okay, so now we have a little diffusion piece there. Now we can put these pieces back in the envelope. This is a really great die. I know that Shannon has done some beautiful things with that die. And then we're going to grab a piece of our sequin sheet and run that through. But yeah, I can't wait to show you that video. I'm hoping I can pull it up quick, because it was so perfect. I mean, it scared me, and I was the one that ordered it. But I was definitely shocked at how good it was. So I was very, very excited. And I'm glad that I got it then, because I can almost guarantee the price is going to quadruple now. But yeah, you order these, they're called cameos, and I was very excited to be able to get one. Okay, so now we're gonna pop out our little piece here. Actually, you know what? I think I'm gonna put some adhesive on the back of here first, because I want it to already have a little bit of adhesive on it, because I think that will make it that much easier to attach this little. This is gonna add the whimsy that we need. Did Rob watch Tori's film there? I don't know if he did or not. He wasn't so much obsessed with Tori Spelling as he was with Donna Martin. So I think because Tori Spelling obviously isn't Donna Martin all the time. I think that was, oh, I think that was Heather that just drove past. So I think that because of that, he wasn't as enthralled with that show. But I'm sure, again, that it is something that he. Oh, I could turn off my laminator. My goodness, I was like, what is that noise? I'm sure he watched it for a little bit though. I'm almost certain. So yeah, so it was definitely something, and I'm gonna put a little paper shim in here too, because this is a very, very intricate die, and I want to make sure that it cuts out completely. If you ever have something that doesn't cut out completely, just shift it over a little bit on your die cutting machine, because that will definitely fix it for you, because this is a very, very intricate little envelope here. So let's go ahead and pop that out, and I think that we might be good. We'll see. But I love that the little heart piece, so I'll show you here. So it does, we have to be very gentle, because since I added adhesive to the back of it, now the adhesive wants to keep everything together. So let's go ahead and peel. Well, actually, let's peel off the adhesive first and see what we can manage here. Because see, now the adhesive piece is what is making it kind of all stick together. Although we could probably just honestly put this on here without even pulling the pieces out, because I think that would look really cool in itself. So let's pop off the rest of these pieces, and I think I might just do that, because you can tell, see, you can still tell what that is. So I think we might just do that here. Let's see, because I don't want to, yeah, I think that's what we'll do, because it'll add a little bit more. I'm glad I put extra adhesive on the back there, because it kind of just looks like it's embossed. Okay, so let's pop out the rest of our adhesive, and then we're just going to use a little conversation clipping to finish this off. We could use, you know, the love sentiment if we wanted to. There's so much that you can use to create a little sentiment on here, but I think that doing the conversation clipping makes it very, or using, excuse me, the conversation clipping makes it very simple but also unique, because remember, those conversation clippings, I think they're fantastic to be able to use to put a quick sentiment on a card. Because I mean, who wants to deal with, you know, you're done creating your card, you put your stamps away, you know, if you've already gone in and utilized a sentiment from a stamp set, that's great. But if you haven't, who wants to get all that back out? I'm staying inside again, possibly for an extended quarantine. Oh, okay, Nikki. It seems like the world is quarantining right now. Okay, so let's go ahead and pop this right in the center, or center adjacent. It's not a big deal. This is handmade, not Hallmark. So we'll go ahead and pop this right in the center there. And oh, I love, yep, I'm glad we kept all the pieces in, because see, you can now see, let me bring it up. It definitely looks embossed. Can you see that? Now we've created like an embossed embellishment, right? All right, so now let's grab a conversation clipping, and we'll be all set and all done with our card. So I think we will, we'll do a here's a treat for my favorite sweet. And that's, did I use that? I think I used that one on another one, didn't I? And I think that I love that, because I want to give a, like a little gift card, right? So here's a treat for my favorite. I'm going to try to line this up perfectly on that little bar there. I think we did it. Okay, yep. And then we'll just trim off this end. We could put a little Starbucks card in here, couldn't we? If our Starbucks was ever open. Does anybody else have problems with their Starbucks in your area, or is it just a Pittsburgh thing? That they're intermittently open now, and I get it, it's a staffing issue. I'm not complaining. Believe me, I'm not complaining. But it's just so sporadic now. Okay, so now we're going to pop our little conversation clipping in here. Oh, well, you just have to let everybody know, Nikki, for next year. All right, so we're going to go ahead and pop our sentiment on there, and there we go. So here's a treat for my favorite suite, and look at all that shining, shimmering splendor. And just so you all know, if you place an order from today until tomorrow, so today until I'd say probably tomorrow afternoon they'll start pulling orders, one of you is going to get this card in your order. So what we do is we pick randomly one of the orders. We'll pick out one of the orders randomly, and someone will get this card in their order. So as always, if you're watching the live and you do receive this card, please post it in the Brutus Monroe fan club, because I get so excited when I get to see who got the card. And of course, once I pull the name or pull the order out, I will write your name and personalize it for you, and you will receive this very card that is the one that I created live. I know, it's crazy, Michelle. So, all right, that's everything that I have for you all today. I want to thank you all so much for hanging out with me this evening. I know it's a little bit of a late live. It's 5:30 already, but I appreciate you all hanging out. It seems like there was a lot of folks on the live today, so this might be a great time to go live. So thank you all so much for hanging out with me today. Remember to create something every single day, whether that is your own super sweet treat card or your own ending. I love you all so very much. Thank you for your support, and thank you for hanging out with me again, and I will see you all tomorrow. Goodbye, my friends.